All right, we're live here in the Imperial format finals for SENATVS POPVLVS. I'm not gonna try to pronounce this. I'm sorry. I'm trying. It's the Imperial format finals. We got an exciting match here against DannyDroiid and Lolo through this bracket, and I actually have our tournament host here, Dump Truck, coming into the chat. How you doing, man?
Hey, doing all right. Excited to see how this one goes.
Right on. Me too. It's been pretty. It's nice to see someone take care of the Imperial format. It doesn't get a lot of love these days, you know.
Oh yeah, every time somebody trash talked Imperial format on the server, I got a little bit closer to just messaging Jazz and setting the thing up.
Something in my throat. Yeah. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this whole tournament? Your first. I know you've been running fiber. It's been popping up. How do you feel about this Imperial format? Has from when it started to where we are now?
Well, I'm very happy with the turnout. First of all, we got uh, 18 players total,
18. Yeah,
which
right
is
on.
a yeah really solid number. More than Meadowlands gets.
Oh yeah,
And they
yeah.
have their monthly tournaments.
I think we're
You
starting
know,
we're kind of beating out the Zexal era a bit.
We are, yeah. We've got such a dedicated community around Yu-Gi-Oh from Zero, and these guys just enter everything. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool. And yeah, you can see through this bracket, first a double elimination. We have coming through as our first champion. We have Lolo in the winners bracket here. Lolo's been a very they haven't been on the Discord scene of FL and YGO from Zero for the longest time, but they are proving they know their stuff. The Italian stallion here, he could take this home. He could take this first Imperial crown home. Uh, he's got a few recent tops, and he's got a few. I have it on my stream here. He's gotten a few plats and diamonds for some of these DM era and slash GX formats coming in hot, and we have a few stray ones like ABC. So yeah, have you? Did you play against Lolo in the bracket, or have you witnessed some of their games?
I believe Lolo knocked me out.
Ah, damn, damn.
Yeah, he knocked me out, and I think it's the winners quarters, the winners round before. Yeah, he knocked me out, and then he knocked out GMYFS. He's just been performing really consistently here.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Lolo's been. I've been trying to queue for rated, and Lolo's been uh, kicking my ass in rated games. So they're definitely
They're
some tough.
very
They're
active.
these tough customers. I'm not saying that like Lolo's the only person gonna beat me because I'm not exactly the creme de la creme. But Lolo, he's proving to be a force to be reckoned with in these tournaments. But we can't outrule our competition here. We have an OG YGO from Zero uh, in the coming up for the losers bracket. DannyDroiid coming in. Pretty cool to see an OG from the server, right? Coming in to
Yeah,
possibly take this away.
first Yu-Gi-Oh from Zero tournament champion. Do I remember that correctly?
I believe it was the first Yugi Kaiba tournament they had. Danny secured
Oh
that.
yeah,
He's
yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh from Zero two.
yes. Most likely because when BSOX was doing coverage, the server wasn't established yet, and so their first actual tournament was actually Treasure, and then they hosted a YK tournament, and Danny took that. But Danny's been one of the better Yugi Kaiba players from our past experience, and now he's just proven himself to be compatible in these other formats. So you got a few first and second trophies here, and he's looking to add this one to his arsenal. But he is going to have to beat Lolo twice, and that's going to be a tough challenge. You got DK in the chat here. Yeah, B Sox won the first tournament in Treasure, and then Danny the second in YK. So yeah, there's DK in the chat. What's up, DK? Glad to have you here on the stream. Right on, right on. And I gotta turn up dump drive. There's some way you can turn up your volume. I'm just gonna, or I could just turn up my own audio as well. DK says you're a little bit quiet, but
Okay, let me check my settings here.
Sure. No worries, no worries. We are about to get started here. I have these guys on standby, ready to play, ready to duke it out, ready to finish up. um,
Is this a bit better?
I
Is
can.
coming
It,
out
it
louder?
works better for me. I think that sounds much better.
Okay, great.
Now, okay. We have one last thing I want to talk about. We have seen a bit of. We know that this format it does kind of get streamlined with the tomato cards, tomato package, mechanical chasers. We got some, and of course the power spell lamp. We have seen a bit of spice here. Seen a bit of technology. Um, I did recall seeing a few relinquished decks. Kicking in one through B socks, one through food, and maybe one other person if I recollect.
Domerman, maybe.
Gummerman, yeah,
I think he
Soul,
was on Relinquished.
yeah, and I believe Soul was piloting a Harpy deck. So we have some Iron Chefs in this tournament. We have to go cook up the spice. I had a little bit of my own spice with the Shadow Ghoul and the Thunder Dragons, trying something out with Stack in the Graveyard. My path here was stopped by Danny, so sort of on his end a little bit as being like coming in because he's got the giant germ technology coming in for this match. Anyway,
He knocked me out with that as well.
yeah,
Turned me for game 3, maybe. Yeah, the germs have really been performing.
gotta respect that burn. Anyway, without further ado, I'm about to get myself onto Dueling Book. I'm gonna get these guys going. And we'll be just underway for our final match. Who is it gonna who's taking it home? Chat, place your bets. Is Lolo going to secure the W, hold on to that winning position, or is Danny gonna come and sweep him for 2 games? He's got to win or 2 matches. We shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, always tough to get those 2 in a row, but it's very possible. All right, let's see. Have we heard from our guys?
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
ready to start.
All right. Here, I'm just gonna prop it up here. I'm going to. We're gonna jump into that spectator booth. And now the match is underway.
Oh, there it is. All right.
Here we go. We're gonna get right to that We're going right into that RPs.
Follow with some spooky sleeves there.
Oh yeah, Lowell's
have
got
to
a bit
ask
of
him
that.
what
He's got a
those
bit of
are.
that DB Dono money he's using. He had a different
Yeah,
profile
very
picture.
intimidating sleeves.
I'm just gonna let these guys know they can begin. Oh, here we go. We're underway.
All right,
We're underway. Lolo having an advantage of the RP, going in right and winning the RPs right away, putting himself at a greater advantage.
Let's see what he opens.
Coming in. For those who don't know, Imperial format is the February 2003 format. Introduces the power cards from PSV, including the IO, the Jinzo, and having the introducing some of the tournament pack cards like the Morphing Jar.
So no hand rips, no Pot of Greed.
No hand. Yeah, no. We don't have that kind of cracked start we can get in these DMR games. Danny's going to come and snipe that back row card right away. Not going to fall for that trap hole.
That's a risky play, but it paid off.
Oh, he's got the knock too. He's got the board breakers for going second. Going to banish that tomato. Oh, Danny's coming in with the aggressive here.
It's working out, but in regard to the ordering, you should definitely fire your normal spell first, so you can bait out Imperial Order if it is set.
Yeah, it's a very good point. Sequencing your spells Actually, that first MST is important because if Lolo did have IO, yeah, he could have put Danny under wraps. Lolo gonna come with that mechanical chaser and knock that witch into the grave. Danny's gonna get a search off, possibly go to his own mechanical.
Lolo pulling ahead on board. Danny in cards. Important to get that critter into the rotation first so you can be searching.
Absolutely, you don't want it. If it gets sniped by those hand rips or hit by that knock, those no mana crossouts, yeah, you lose that.
Very much like critter or treasure in that regard. These three formats together, whoever gets their critters going first has a big advantage.
Yeah,
all right, grabs a chaser.
Grabs chaser, probably looking to crash. Yeah, those Witch and Sangans do apply quite a bit of pressure. You have to expend resources to remove them, and then they give your opponent resources when they go off. So it's not always the best trade-off.
Yeah, difficult to trade positively into the critters. Alright, so setting a bit of defense here, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see what it is. Low with that second mechanical chaser, looking to punch in directly. That's going to be clean. Danny's going to hit that 4,400.
So probably no call, no mere force, no trap hole either. Maybe an MST or a bluff.
Possibly. Possibly holding a card for another situation.
Yeah, could be.
Gonna punch in. The mechanical chasers all coming out right away. These guys are throwing the robots down. It's a freaking robot battle.
Making the format look a lot more aggressive than it usually is.
Yeah. You do have a lot more aggressive tools than you did, say, Treasure. Oh, there's that Raigeki. Given that Jinzo can set up a nice aggressive push, and you have things like Nox to deal with the sets. So there is that increase. The aggressive plays are much more rewarded, in my opinion, for this. And it kind of sets the stage for the future formats coming in, like Android and Fiber, etc.
Absolutely. All right, Lolo spending some real power cards last turn.
Yeah, we've already eaten through his Raigeki, Monster Reborn. Danny's still having some of his power conservative. And we got YGO from Zero in the chat. Big Ben, how are we doing?
Hey.
B-Sock says, yeah, this is definitely more aggressive format. Aggressive play is incredibly good.
Yeah.
Danny
and
going for that
not
set
like...
pass.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're good.
Well, regarding the power cards, it's not like Yugi Kaiba Critter Treasure in that things go long and it's likely you'll see most, if not all, of your power cards at some point, you know, and you have to be very careful to save them. In these slightly faster, more aggressive formats, times it is most rewarding to just fire them and gain a big advantage in field or life pointer cards, and that's game one.
Yeah, we just saw there Lolo firing off that third power card, Change of Heart, and Danny's not going to have a way to get past that. Interesting first game, a lot of aggressive back and forth, not a lot of the control aspect coming in. The mechanical chasers is showing up right away. Lolo getting a lot of that power right away. Even though Danny had a pretty solid start with the hitting with Knock and Duo. It also goes to show that the treasure cards are not necessarily GG. It's you can fire them off early, but your opponent can still crawl back if they have the right if they have the right pulls.
Yeah. Danny had what seemed to be such a strong opening, but after all that, you know, the Duo, the Knock, the MST, you know, making a hit, they were still pretty much even on cards. Someone should do a study on how that works out because it's always baffling.
Absolutely. Yes, yeah, B-Sox, Lolo is looking to be the first Imperator of Imperial, looking to share that Imperial format title space with Eratos, who I do not know if Eratos was in this tournament, but they can share They'll be sharing title spots.
If he, whoever wins this gets Magnus appended to their name, the Great. So Lalo could be, Laurentius Magnus.
Oh, he gets the Magnus title. Very good.
Yeah,
That pot
like
of greed
Pompeii
into
Magnus.
Dark Hole. Oh, and that's gonna hit the.
Oh, and he hits with the Dark Hole.
Risky with that blind snipe with the Dark Hole, because you could end up hitting a Sangan, but it looks like Lolo's very confident in their push, and Mechanical Chase is going to smack in for 1850. Wow. Putting Danny on the back foot once again. The Fissure. Gonna clear that mech right away. And yeah, Beasthawks, that's right, that duo is the only hammer that actually goes for a +1.
Yeah, for sure.
Danny set 2, pass back to Lolo. See what Lolo drops, but Tomato's gonna come in. There's no trap hole to stop it. It's gonna go and hit Danny again directly. Danny gonna fall into that, close to that 4K threshold.
Mirror Force is gone here. If call were set, that probably would have been a good time to throw it up and get a tomato crash.
Sometimes you do have to try and weed out that spell trap removal early with, even though Mirror Force, yeah, early Mirror Force can give you a big advantage, but it can also get hit incredibly early, so it's a bit of the toss-up of whether you get that down sooner or get it down later.
Yeah.
And the right Geki's going to come out. Lolo looking to apply more pressure. The IO is going to come in. There you go.
Stick.
Raise your Imperial Orders. Get your Imperial Orders, folks. I'm showing off my foil copy of Imperial Order from DB1 on stream. Woohoo, woohoo.
Oh, nice.
The giant germ, this Danny's technology with the germs finally coming into play now. Gonna burn Lolo for some damage, and then it's gonna spawn 2 more germs in place. Germ able to generate a +1, even though it can be a bit, even though we see part of the issue there is the Sangan crash. Lolo's gonna get
crashing is. Crashing your first germ into a Sangan can get you a big advantage. I think crashing the second one here was probably a good idea. Danny can decide when to drop that IO, so giving him fewer monsters to work with makes sense.
For sure. The downside is that Danny is at a big life point disadvantage, so continuous payments of IO could... It's the risk one has to take. It's the double-edged sword in this situation. Danny gonna have to put that German defense, gonna set another monster, try and buy some time. If you like that, Beasthawks, I also have a reprint of the Jinzo here, secret rare from when they reprinted the whole set and series. Died just
the pressure up.
Yeah. The main or bugs coming to pop that Mystic Tomato, get off the field without triggering the effect. Lol suffering a bit of life point burnage, but Danny's gonna have no monsters left, and it's gonna be staring down. Gonna have to do something to clear that witch, which is gonna have to give Lolo a card to the hand. But I will say we have seen a few people running the Banisher of the Light, which has been like a bit of an anti-meta tech in both here and Treasure, as a way to deal with the Recruiter Swarm and the fact there are things like 2 Sangans going about.
It seemed a lot better in Treasure format, but I believe it's popped up in this tournament a few times. Lolo might have brought it in the match I saw, if I'm remembering that correctly, so I'll be really interested to see these lists. Banisher is a wall on its own, but in order to really gain an advantage, you need something else, like a Banisher and then attack over. or Banisher on field and Fissure a critter. Maybe in this faster format, it's a bit tougher to assemble those combos.
Absolutely, because if you want to get to it right away, you have to pretty much summon it in attack position. So it needs some extra protective, needs to be paired up with other cards. I don't know how well it operates on its own in that regard. It looks like, oh, the MOF's going to come in, but oh, the duo is going to counter that Magician of Faith. Very smart move to reserve the hand rips for hitting cards like Faith and the critters so that your opponent thinks they're going to get their card back, and then you come in with the two little goblin creatures, gremlins.
Oh, yeah.
And they come in.
Knock hurts Banisher a lot as well. That's the difference between here and Treasure.
Yeah.
The face downs are more vulnerable.
Absolutely. Danny in a precarious situation. Gonna have to dig deep. It's gonna keep his put those two back row, possibly keeping it safe from the other hand rip cards. Which is gonna punch in. Yeah, we got Soul in the chat saying he's got a. Oh, hello, Soul. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see the YGO crowd coming in. Oh, that trap hole's. Mac's gonna eat that trap hole. Danny in a critical position. Gonna be pushed even further down.
Once more.
I said that third card. Hopefully,
no monster.
No monsters. No Mirror Force.
Mirror Force gone right early.
Witch going for another hit. Danny's now in Cannon Soldier range. This is very dangerous.
Cannon Soldier in one of the graveyards too.
Oh, we gotta call the Haunted. Is this gonna wrap things up, or does Danny have a MST? Yes, he does. He's not out just yet.
And that MST, I believe, was just drawn for Danny's last turn and set.
Yep, that does save him there, but can he still get out of this? Can he still swing the game around? He's gonna set another card.
There are a few cards in this format that take a life point payment and just get blanked when you get this low. So maybe some of those are set for Danny.
And I think this is
it?
Yeah, this is it. It's over. That match is over.
Wow.
It looks like Lolo is gonna secure the win. He's gonna be the first Imperial Imperator. We see Danny having not pulling so hot in this last match.
A fissure into a critter never feels good. I can understand maybe holding on for a better draw, but like Danny's saying in chat, yeah, sometimes that just doesn't happen.
Yeah, you just one card. We're talking about knock again. That's one card. I'm not saying this happens all the time. I'm not saying like I'm so unlucky, but I swear I I have a habit of pulling knock at like the worst time, staring down a monster and then getting knock just there.
Whether or not you get knock at the right time makes a big difference in this format. All right, big congratulations to Lolo.
Yep, congrats Lolo. He's got his first place trophy here in the Imperial format.
And very good run from Danny, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
Burning through the bottom bracket, knocked a lot of us out.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. Even if you come to this situation like Danny is, you crawl to the finals and just don't have much luck or success going to the final match. At least that run through, like, that's still a very good tournament performance, regardless, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, and B-Sox saying very short match for the finals, 15 minutes super aggressive. Okay, so our duelists have left the match.
Yeah. And we got a bit of time if they want to join the call. We got a bit of time before the YFC locals. If those guys want to join the call, they're welcome to talk about it.
Let's see if either of them have a minute to hop on.
Yeah, we'll just get some time. I'm just going to replay the match here. And see, like, we can kind of get, like, a analysis. Unfortunately, the DB replay system kind of is lame, and we can't do things like cycle back or... yeah, just it's mostly like the cycle back, like go reverse on a player or whatnot, but well, it is what it is.
Yeah, it could be a little bit frustrating to navigate. It's kind of funny that that's turned out to be one of the main formats for Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos on YouTube these days, is just through replays painstakingly.
Yeah, especially the whole replay system with the tournament, with how the tournament's structured. It's pretty standard that we have to go through replays to see what the opponents are doing, what the opponents are on. You gotta fight with this thing sometimes, because sometimes it bugs out, sometimes it just doesn't load things properly. It's byproduct of technology. Yeah, so I'll give these guys like about 5 or 10 minutes. If not, we'll just wrap up the stream and these guys can head towards the YFC locals. Be for Chaos Return.
All right, so I'm just in the Imperial server recording the match there, and I'll tag these fellas as well.
Sorry, run that by me again.
Oh, I'm just recording the match in the Imperial server.
Oh, okay.
I'll tag them there in case they see it.
Cool, cool. Sure, sure. Yeah, we see how this match, Danny gave right access to double Nobleman across out right away. But Lolo here getting... You see the amount of mechanical chasers coming up too. The aggressive cards came out right away in this final match. Lolo having Change of Heart and Raigeki right off the bat. And just smacking the opponent's life points rapidly for 1850 back and forth.
That was a devastating series of power cards from Lolo in game 1 there.
Absolutely. Reborn, Raigeki, Reborn, Change, those all set up the kill in some situations. You just get any combo of those cards, you resurrect a few things, you swap, you steal your opponent's monsters, and it's just it just gets lights out. But it's...
a lot of power card activations that were sort of risky, but paid off as well.
Yep, they could have been
in Dark Holes and the...
Yeah, Raigeki's Dark Hole. They could have been locked out by IO. We did see one IO, so that was a classic.
Yeah, we saw it, but the life point cost was just too high.
And we see Lolo right here once again getting this power card lineup. Now, I'm not saying Lolo only won because of luck, because Lolo obviously fought their way to that winner spot in the finals, but you can see how crazy how much power he had at his disposal in these final matches, and it goes to show, like, even you can be even some incredibly skilled players that come into these tournaments, like not just Imperial, but for other ones, you know, like Fiber, Android, Yada, Chaos, anything. You can have some of the best players, and they can get knocked out early just because the power cards go burr, or things can swing in favors, and it makes the gameplay quite dynamic. I often go to these tournaments. I'm never like, the thing is about even in some of these Saki formats, I never get like bored. Like, it doesn't seem to be boring. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, agreed. Yeah,
it's
very exciting.
It makes that kind of like, it makes games like crazy, and that could be attributed to being like unfun or sacky. But in my opinion, this is more like fun to back and forth than some of the other formats where they're sitting under 4 traps, or they got the back row battles. I think of some of the Zexal formats where they're very trap heavy lineups, or going to some of the early Arc V formats where you get into these big lineups. And yeah, DK says it was a bit of a wash, but props to both players. They did well. Anyway, I'm about to wrap these up. Looks like we're moving over to the Chaos Return. I won't be joining that locals because I gotta run, because I got a few errands. But yeah, if anyone else is, good luck in the locals. Dump, go see if you can win another one.
All right, thanks for streaming this, PJ.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I'm happy to contribute to the streaming department. Promoting is, it's all about promotion, man. It's about promoting, getting some coverage, getting some of the spotlight onto these DM era formats. It's not all just Saki cards go burr. There's a lot of fun back and forth. So thanks for everybody watching. I'll see you on the Discord. I'll see you guys in the Chaos Return tournament, and I will see you guys, shameless plug coming in, on my own Cyber format tournament coming at the end of the month. Cyber format, which is GOAT with the Cybernetic Revolution cards. So stay tuned for that. Shameless plug over. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. Have a good night, good day, good night, and good luck, and draw some power cards.